What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to a different type of video on the channel. I'm going to be doing this over the next month or so. Not so much, on the basis and premises what I'm doing this video on, but more so recapping my channel. The benefit of having a channel that's been around as long as mine has is I've made and said a lot of things. I've done a bunch of mock drafts going all the way back to 2013. So I think now that, we're transitioning from the NFL season once the playoffs get going to draft season, why not have me, same setup, recap and go through all my drafts, my mock drafts, my Eagles off seasons where I probably yelled at a lot of free agents that may have turned out to be bust or maybe wanted to pass on people. Maybe I look like a smart ass and make some good calls. Plus just my regular 32 team mock draft. See how well all that stuff is aged. I think that's something interesting that I definitely want to try to do, and I think you guys would enjoy. If you want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. But today, we're doing a very topical video for the Philadelphia Eagles talking about Nick Foles. And what I was able to find way back, as you can see, in 2012 was my very first Philadelphia Eagles-based video. Now, I've been doing YouTube videos probably a year and a half before this, but it was a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of FIFA, a little bit of Madden, but a lot of people kind of said to stray away at this point in time. Don't really pick your team because you don't want to upset your subs by being a fan of the Eagles. Like, say if I had a bunch of fans that are Cowboys, if I say something bad about Dallas, they might get upset, unsubscribe, and stuff like that. I was like, no, what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about my Philadelphia Eagles. And this was talking about Nick Foles as a rookie. So now it's all come full circle. Nick Foles is, spent his time in the league, paid his dues, thought about retiring, came back to Philadelphia as a backup, and now he might be the man that can lead the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl. I probably doubt it. But, yeah, we're going to recap my take on Nick Foles as the Philadelphia Eagles starting quarterback. Plus, for any of you young YouTubers out there that may want tips or tricks or figure out, kind of how I started out and grinded along the way, maybe not to make the same mistakes I did, you'll be able to find it in this video. So, as you can see, we might as well start with the thumbnail. Terrible thumb. I mean, the cut's not that bad of Nick Foles. We're clearly just using a generic background. And the text is supposed to say, "In Nick Foles we trust," but it's cut off because I had no idea what was the appropriate size for a YouTube thumbnail. So that looks excellent right off the rip. Tags look great. We got touchdown. We got Jason Babin. Or just Babin, not even Jason Babin. So we're off to a tremendous start here. So let's actually break off into the video and listen to this tremendous intro.
Alright people, I'm here today, and I'm bringing you my first Philadelphia Eagles video. Those of you who don't know me in the real should know that I'm probably the biggest Eagles fan in Canada, and one of the I'd like.
So if the terrible thumbnail or the really bad tags didn't draw you in, certainly my enthusiasm. My very first video to let everyone know that I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm excited to be an Eagles fan. I'm excited to bring to you, the first of what ended up being over 1,000, probably, maybe not 1,000. Let's say 800, 800 Eagles themed videos. This is the very first, so I'm very enthusiastic.
I'd like to think personally that I'm one of the biggest Eagles fans going. But I plan on bringing lots of Philadelphia Eagles videos. I use Madden 12 for the video footage just because Madden 13 is a piece of shit game. And
ooh, uncensored 2012 C4. Say Madden 13 was a terrible game. If only we had the foresight to know what we're gonna get in Madden 18, we might not have been so quick to jump the gun on proclaiming that Madden 13 was that bad.
Probably the worst Madden in the last decade.
Ooh,
and that's really saying something because Madden's pretty much.
Ooh, it's hot. Hot take.
It's the same shit every year. Really wish.
Alright, so let's go. There's a lot of swearing in this. I thought, I just, for something that I just want to be a silly video, I don't want to get, I swear a lot. So we're just gonna kind of jump into the takes here.
Peters in the game. He makes walk.
That.
Peters is probably the best left tackle.
Talking about Jace Peters being a beast. He was a beast way back then, still a beast now. The bodyguard, shout out. Hope you heal up and come back for one last hurrah.
Game, and missing him is hindering our O-line very, very bad. So it's hard to judge how bad Vick actually is and how bad Nick Foles actually is because they don't have an O-line to even give them a chance.
See that play? Remember those super linebackers from the older Madden games? That was terrible.
But for how much money Vick's getting paid, I'd rather cut him this year, save the salary cap, and then either run with Foles,
making moves,
or go to the draft. But the draft will be another video I plan on doing. But anyway, on to Nick Foles. I
already knew the tricks of the trade. Title of the video, Nick Foles. You think you're getting an instant, quick take at Nick Foles. 4 minutes in, that's when I first started talking about Nick Foles. That's what you need. I knew it. I knew how to play the game early on. Start me as a rookie, coach. I know what I'm doing.
Third rounder out of Arizona, and he seems to be He seems
Nick Foles never looked so handsome. Look at that, Nick Foles.
To be very, very clever, very smart. Because
no, he's not clever. As soon as a plane breaks down, he looks like Bambi on ice back there. We'll scramble backwards for 23 yards and get sacked.
Because he caught on the playbook very easily, and that's why I believe he had such great success in the preseason, which is what gave all us fans hope when he finally came in against, who the fuck were they playing? Can't remember who they were playing.
Oh, hey, you guys remember that one? I'm going to refer to a game that I can't even remember it. Yeah, you guys remember that as well? I do. From the preseason, nonetheless.
Anyway, he came in the game, threw that touchdown to Macklin.
Anyway, let's just gloss over the fact that I'm not giving you any information that will help you understand the play that I'm talking about.
Yeah, so yeah, he caught on the playbook very, very early. Which...
Just quick note about the gameplay. This was that 100 speed Deshaun Jackson from Madden 12, and we are just going off right now. That lethal combination, probably my favorite wide receiver in Madden history.
Leads me to believe that he's very football smart. He has a huge...
Very football smart. That's good English. I speak a good English.
Arm. He can fucking throw the ball like 60, 65 yards down the field, which is something that we've always had in a quarterback from McNabb and Vick. Have always had quite an arm, but Foles seems like more of a traditional quarterback. Like
Todd McShay, Mel Kiper have nothing on my prospect analysis at this point in time.
We can finally have a quarterback that likes to stay in the pocket. McNabb kind of did that, but he's got going on eating too much Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Talking about how
near the end of his career.
Trying to fat shame Don McNabb and his Campbell's Chunky Soup.
But I think that it's hard to judge Foles as a QB until we get everyone from our O-lineman back. Like
everyone from our O-lineman back. Good English.
The O-line right now is not giving him a chance. If he's not hitting a fucking screen pass or dumping it off, he's gonna get sacked. I also think the play calling isn't really giving him much.
The play calling. Like I said, we're just skipping ahead a little bit. Marty Morningweg at this time was Eagles offensive coordinator. Terrible offensive coordinator. One of the worst offensive coordinators I've ever seen in the league. Just would constantly call trick plays at the worst time possible. That would always hurt the team negatively.
Of a chance. I think that #1 person that needs to go over Andy Reid is Marty Morningweg.
Thank you!
Terrible. He has the worst fucking game plans
he does.
I've ever seen of an offensive coordinator. He barely gives the ball to McCoy. And an example was last week versus Washington when Foles had to try to convert a third down. That McCoy and Deshaun Jackson were both off the field. It was a crucial third down. Try to keep the game somewhat competitive, and you didn't have your two best players on the field.
Well, that's Marty Morningweg. Two best players on the field. They better be sitting on the sideline, sipping some Gatorade. We don't need them yet. As you can see by the little box score, 7 catches, 204 yards. Trust me, man. This Deshaun Jackson, I could not be stopped. So let's finish out here with the outro. Let's see how we wrap this one up. Again, didn't really talk about Nick Foles a lot. Turned into being a rant against Marty Morningweg. But we got a little bit of a take of Nick Foles, you know, kind of still a little tidbit of where we were at.
I love every Eagles fan. I love the way we support our team, but we're just going to...
Ooh, a fluff piece. There you go. Fluff up your fan base.
Start booing the guy. He's gonna lose his confidence. It'll just hinder.
Literally what's happening right now. After 2 bad games going to the playoffs, everyone is hating Nick Foles. Everyone wants Nate Studfeld.
His development. He won't even get a chance to play in this league before we bury him.
Sound like I'm whispering.
With the boos and calling for his head. But I don't know. I think Vick's gonna start next week. I think he'll be back from his concussion. But I really, really think we should give Nick Foles a chance next year if we can't get a good QB in the draft. I had belief. And I'll give Nick Foles a C+ grade.
C+, and with give Nick Foles a C+ grade, and then we just randomly cut the video off. There you go. That's how you know it's my first video. I didn't know anything. Look at this next thumbnail. That's a fire thumbnail, C4. Learning what I was doing there. So that was our very first Philadelphia Eagles video, and we talked about Nick Foles, and now here we are. Look at this one too. I remember that. Getting Mark Sprint, 2.7K views. I'd like maybe 800 subs at this time. That was crazy. Look at where my thumbnails have gone. We got Red Foreman now. Look, you just see the progression. We got some hot ones. But yeah, man, there you go. I don't know if you're a new YouTuber, you got anything out of that. Maybe some of my mistakes. Don't make those mistakes. You know, it doesn't help you grow or not. But that was the first official take of Nick Foles. As I stated, guys, at the top, we're going to be doing more of these kind of rewind review videos, especially about draft time, because I have a lot of hot takes. And when you've said a lot of things, I personally want to go back and see if I look like a smartass or a dumbass. It's going to be one of the other two things. Hopefully it's more of the smartass, a little bit less of the dumbass. But that will be for another video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, it's C4 saying peace out. That was lame. Dumb. Stupid! That's a stupid outro! Come on!